1 week left till day one of the World's Strongest Man 2025, and the groups for the heats has been announced. 5 groups, 5 athletes, in total 25. The top 2 of each group will go on to the final. We're here to take a look at all 5 of them and compare how do they stand up against each other. In Group 1 we have the World's Strongest Man Tom Stoltman from Scotland. From representing Mexico we have Austin Andrade. From Australia, Eddie Williams. Thomas Evans from the United States, and Jakuš Schoonwinkel from South Africa. Group 2 we have Canadian's own Mitchell Hooper, Matthew Ragg, Paddy Haynes, Wesley Derwinski and Bryce Johnson. In Group 3 we have Mateusz Kielskowski, we have Lucas Hatton, Ryan O'Neill, Shane Flowers, Evans Nana. In Group 4 we have Trey Mitchell, Luke Richardson, Tristan Hoth, Andre Foytu and Maxime Boudreau. And then in Group 5 we have Evan Singleton, Luke Stoltman, Nick Gardione, Pablo Cordeaca and Andrew Flynn. So I made a video talking about how I thought the group would stack up, and it seems like they only care about separating the athletes from Britain and from the States. Because if you look at Group 2 and Group 4, we have 2 Canadians in each group. But when we take a look at the Brits, they are spread out, at least one in each group. And the same with the Americans. So yeah, my bad there. They're mostly focusing on the television version for CBS for United States and Channel 5 for Britain. It seems like the top athlete in each group has been the highest ranked seed. So we have top 3 from last year, as I predicted: Tom Stoltman, Mitchell Hooper and Evan Singleton. And then they put, actually it seems like, Mateusz Kielskowski and Trey Mitchell as the same seed. So that's looking like the best athlete in each of the groups. But if we break down one group at a time, first Group 1, it's pretty clear to me that Tom Stoltman is the favorite there. He would probably be in every group. It's good events for him, and he's there to win the whole damn thing. Austin Andrade was very impressive last year, so Tom and Austin is the finalist from last year and will probably be looking at as the favorites there. Andrade would probably favor the finals events, so it's not impossible for either Eddie Williams, Thomas or Jaku to take Austin's spot. Eddie's been looking better and better every year for the last couple of years. Thomas Evans is good athlete. He's invited to Rogue, he's invited to Strongest Man on Earth. Last year at World's Strongest Man he placed 3rd in his group, didn't go to the final. The year before he was 4th, so he's climbing the ranks, but yeah, he's still not up there, and I do believe that the favorite in this group, together with Tom, would have to be Austin. Jakuš Schoonwinkel made the final on his first attempt, and almost the only event he hasn't looked that good on is the Atlas Stones, and he will not have to do Atlas Stones this year. So yeah, who knows, he could join Tom into the final. Overall, I feel like this group's maybe the easiest one, but then again, Tom would have made the final. He would be onto the final no matter what group he was put in. So the only thing here is that it makes it easier for the other athletes to fight for a final spot when I say it's look like an easy group. Going into Group 2, not an easy group. Mitchell Hooper, previously World's Strongest Man and is winning everything these days. Matthew Ragg, He was just half a point from the podium last year. Paddy Haynes, up and coming British guy, and the heat events is looking very good for him. The second moose from Canada has got into this group and he's looking very good. Made the final last year. And Bryce Johnson plays third, I believe, at the official Strongman Games. But he's also one of those guys who would prefer the final events and not the heat events. But very tough group. I'm sure that Mitchell Hooper will advance from this group. But who will join him is very difficult for me to tell. The over 10 events, I do believe that would have been Matthew Ragg, but Westervinsky and Paddy Haynes could just as well make the final and join Mitchell Hooper. Very hard to call. Most likely I will make another video later doing some calculation event for event and see who I think we'll have into the final. But let's move on to Group 3. Mateusz Kilskowski seems like he's ranked as #1 seed, even though he hasn't been to Worlds for years. But he's looking good. He won the Magnus van Magnusson. He now won in Russia, and he did pretty well at Europe's Strongest Man. Lucas Hatton is most likely top 5 in the world at the moment, but he's never been to Worlds before. Ryan O'Neill been winning almost every event he's been a part of at the Strongman Champions League and is looking very good. Shane Flowers has pretty good events in the heats. And then the new guy, or yeah, not that new, but Evan Snana will be looking to fight for his first final, but I do feel like in this group that will be very hard. Mateusz should make the final with these events. He will struggle on the deadlift, probably plays last, but he will be #1, maybe, yeah, #1 and #2 in the rest of the 4 events, and that should be good enough for a final, I believe. The second guy hopefully should be Lucas Hatton, but I mean, Ryan O'Neill, never seen the guy compete against guys like this, and Shane Flowers, he has good events, but till now he hasn't really proven that he's one of the guys who should go to the final. So who knows, maybe this competition will be the one. Going into Group 4, we have Trey Mitchell, Luke Richardson, Tristan Hoth, Andre Foytu and Maxime. And this is a group with athletes with big names, I'd say. Trey Mitchell is a given. He should be in the World's Strongest Man final. Luke Richardson, Europe's Strongest Man, is looking maybe back to his best and should also be in the final. But then when we look at the 3 last guys, we have Maxime Boudreau, which have been third at the World's Strongest Man final before. We have Andre Foytu, who's probably the one in this competition who has the best gains month to month compared to the other athletes. And he's also had Atlas Stones as his Achilles, and he won't have to do Atlas Stones in the heats. So very good events for him. Tristan Hoth made the World's Strongest Man finals last year on his first attempt, and why not this year? So this is a pretty stacked group and very hard to call. But if Luke Richardson, Europe's Strongest Man, don't get injured, I feel like he will win this group. And who takes second? Very difficult to call. Trey, Tristan Holt, Andre Foytu. I feel like Maxime will struggle because he will come last on the deadlift. And to make the final in this group, I feel like you can come last. You'll have to be top 2 in almost every event. So very, very hard group to call. This is maybe the group that makes me think that this year should have another 2 athletes to the final. You know, when we get the points, or we got the 10 finalists, they are going to add up the points as if those 10 guys were competing against each other in the heats. And first place then will have 10 points and last will have 1 point. I almost feel like they should do this also with the 30 guys, and number like the two highest ranked athletes that's not in the final already should be the 11th and 12th guy, because yeah, this is looking very tough to call. And yeah, we will miss a lot of guys in the final, which we would love to see there. So going into the last group, we have Evan Singleton, Luke Stoltman, Nick Gardione, Pablo Kodiaka, and Andrew Flynn. Evan Singleton has very good events this year. I feel like both in the heats and the finals, and he's looking strong. The only thing is, can he tame himself? Can he behave and do what he's capable of? If he can, he's a given finalist, and he's probably also one of the favorites to take the title home. The other guy who's looking very good is Luke Stoltman. I think he should be happy having Nick Gardione and Pablo Kodiaka in his group, because one of Luke's biggest fear of those events would be the deadlift, but Luke is capable of beating almost 3 out of 4. Like, he's capable to beat Gardione, Kodiaka, and Flynn. But then again, Pablo has had good gains in deadlift last couple of months. Andrew Flynn isn't that bad deadlifter, and I mean, Nick Gardione is also up there at 400. But so are Luke, and often this is one of the events Luke will lose points on. So it's a tough group. This is also one I think most guys will think, like, we want Evan Singleton, Luke Stoltman, and Pablo Kodiaka into the final, but we will just see 2 of them. My given to make the final anyhow is Evan, if he won't injure himself. And who joins him as the second guy, very tough to call. It will most likely be Pablo or Luke, but as I mentioned, I'll come back to this. I did some comparison with the groups made by the World's Strongest Man and the ones I made, and it seems like, yeah, I feel like they're comparable, and I can't really complain that much about the groups made. It's very tough anyhow, and the groups won't matter that much, because before it's played a bigger role, because it would be different if you had an easy group and could chill through the final, and another guy would have to work really hard for it. Now you have to work hard because you're taking points with you from the heats, and if you're one of the top guys who's aiming to win the title, you should like if you're in a hard group or easy group, you should make the final anyhow. So as long as everyone have to work hard and go balls to the wall in the heats, I feel like the best guys will make the finals anyhow. The biggest change from my group to Wall's group has to be the part that they didn't really care about putting Canadians in the same group. They just spread out the British guys and the Americans. So, excited one. And as I mentioned in my other video, the big fuck up here is if that one athlete will have to pull out or won't make the flight or the travel, and the reserve will have to come in. They might have to mix up the whole group, because yeah, I mean, it's not always possible to just remove one guy and then put in the first reserve. They might have to move one here, there, and so on. So yeah, it will be interesting to see if all the 25 guys gets to the America and are ready to go in 1 week time. As mentioned, I'll be making another video, so please subscribe, like this video, and I will bring you my 10 finalists in a couple of days. Thanks for watching. Bye.